from Justin Bieber's channel. From November 9th of, who knows, probably like 2012 or some shit. Maybe even earlier than that, 2010. I don't know.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, go get the front shot of this.
Man.
16-year-olds do not need cars like this. You know what 16-year-olds need? They need something like a Ford Pinto. Or like a 1998 Mustang. Something like that. Something that's definitely gonna break. Well, Lamborghinis are definitely gonna break, but I'm talking about something that's gonna cost you like $2,000, even if you're a rich kid.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, you know, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15, you could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
Alright,
No,
16.
No,
16.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Justin.
Okay.
Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you know, when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then, when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion?
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I hate celebrities, man. I hate celebrities. Knowing the context of this situation now. Damn.
I mean,
what he had to do to get this.
Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do?
No.
What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48
Absolutely
hours,
not.
Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang out with some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about, kid.
Diddy got some girls. But them girls had male names and penises and were not girls. They were boys. And men. Mostly boys, I think, though. Damn, Justin. Damn. Orlando Brown, man. I don't really like to listen to what he says because most of it, I think, is bullshit. But we got some Orlando Brown on some Diddy parties. Look at his face and listen to his voice when he says this.
You gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
Nigga, you can take the but he wants you. You gotta say no to Diddy.
You gotta say no to Diddy. Gotta say no to Diddy. From Watch Mojo, Miss Mojo. 10 celebs who tried to warn us about Diddy.
There are so many witnesses. There are so many victims.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo. And today, we're looking at celebrities who spoke out against Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, before his 2024 arrest and indictment.
Hey,
We're just starting to scratch the surface of what this case, this case is going to touch and involve.
I can tell you it touched Justin Bieber.
Kanye West. In retrospect, we should have read between the lines whenever somebody described a puffy party. In a 2014 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians,
I gotta say something about Kanye West real quick. He keeps saying crazy nonsense that ends up coming true. And I don't know what to believe anymore.
Chloe recalled attending a Diddy party where everyone was, quote, butt naked.
Stop talking. We met Chloe's new crew of friends. And all I said was, yes. And then I stopped. All I said was yes.
Chloe's former brother-in-law, Kanye West, also made comments concerning Diddy that read differently now. In 2022, West called Sean Combs a, quote, fed. claiming he had sold people out to spare himself from jail time.
That's why you gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're gonna go pull my co-car.
Since West is infamous for making wild, often unfounded accusations, these statements initially blended in with his other.
She says unfounded, but like, it's either there's no evidence or evidence has been found what he's saying is true. I don't ever see any evidence of what he's saying is fake. If he's got some straight up lies, drop them down in the comments. I want to see them. Might make a video about that. We'll see though. I doubt it.
Tirades. Even now, it's hard to say if West's allegations were authentic. Given Combs' current legal issues, though, West's words feel like a warning. Whether or not he truly had any inside information.
I don't know if it's a party. I'm saying that metaphorically. You know what I'm saying?
But you've heard about the parties that everyone are talking about. But you've never got invited to them. So you.
I don't know.
Really...
I don't know. I don't even know what the party. That's how far out of it I am.
Usher. When he was just getting his foot in the music industry's door, a 13-year-old Usher spent a year living with Combs. Usher opened up about this experience in a 2016 interview with Howard Stern.
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
Although he made it sound like a blast, Usher hinted at something more disturbing beneath the surface. Usher said that he didn't, quote, understand what he was even looking at, and, quote, very curious things were taking place.
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
Perhaps most telling, Usher made.
That sounds like some fucking Satanist shit. Because how do you not understand what you're looking at? Like, even if people are like having sex in front of you, how do you not understand what you're looking at? You know how you don't understand? Because they're doing some evil, evil shit.
Made it clear that he wouldn't want his children attending, quote, puffy camp like their father. Regardless, Usher's protege, Justin Bieber, would spend 48 hours with Combs. It may just be speculation, but a fake phone number that Bieber later gave Combs now reads like a cry for help.
I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot, but you never really got my number, so.
Right, okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 555.
Yes. Okay.
5555.
Mace. In addition to breaking out as Diddy's hype man in the 90s, Mason Darrell Betha, or Mace, released 3 studio albums through Bad Boy Records. Mace eventually had a falling out with Combs and his record label.
I never got paid what I was worth, and I never got the respect I was worth. So the disdain that I got for Puff,
never heard of this guy,
is more like, you trying to keep me here.
Leading up to his former collaborator's arrest, Mace claimed Combs cheated him with a $20,000 publishing deal and had been withholding royalties for decades. In a 2022 interview, Combs asserted that Mace owed him $3 million.
That's a lot of money.
Receipt. Second album, you gave money to do second album, never delivered.
Did the album, never delivered. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to go back and forth with Mace. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going back and forth with nobody.
Combs nevertheless returned the publishing rights to Mace and several other Bad Boy artists the following year. Although Mace was among the first to call Combs out over royalties, he wouldn't be the last. In 2024, former bandmate Don Richards sued Combs, citing, among other things, roughly $5 million in unpaid earnings.
Don had the choice to file the case as a Jane Doe, and she chose not to do that. After giving it a fair amount of thought, she wants accountability, she wants justice.
Katt Williams.
I sure hope I have a Club Shay Shay after this year.
I've heard some things about Katt Williams, that he was involved in some of this evil, gross nonsense, but I think he got out of it.
Gonna be in a dimension it's never been.
Yeah, it's gonna be
the greatest thing floating in 2024. Mark the words. No way. in a whole different realm of business.
Comedian Katt Williams is no stranger to run-ins with the law and reported abusive behavior. As such, it's understandable why some would call Williams' credibility into question. In January 2024, though, Williams made several remarks about Combs that only became more relevant in the months to come. On Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast, Williams touched upon the now notorious Diddy parties, advising people to just say no.
And you gotta
okay, just saying, Katt Williams doing some evil, gross nonsense, that means that he knows what's going on. And he has spilled the beans. And I have no reason to not trust this guy, especially as of late.
Tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the
say no
receipts
to
for everything
Diddy.
I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Can I need a note?
While his reasons were somewhat vague, Williams was especially concerned about protecting a certain area of his body. Williams didn't elaborate further, although he took another shot at Combs later in the interview.
I know how blessed I am. If I look at it, I got it. That's how Diddy be feeling.
Come on, man. Come.
The recent allegations regarding Combs' quote, freak-out parties and alleged abuse have painted Williams' words in a whole new light.
Freak
Aubrey
off.
O'Day. What do Donald Trump and Diddy have in common? Well, arguably quite a few things, but singer-slash-reality star Aubrey O'Day is one of them. Once mentored by Combs, O'Day later appeared on the 5th season of The Celebrity Apprentice.
What was that?
I'm a very strict and focused businesswoman because working for Diddy.
The recent allegations regarding Combs' quote, freak-out parties and alleged abuse have painted Williams' words in a whole new light. Aubrey O'Day. What do Donald Trump and Diddy have in common? Well, arguably quite a few things, but singer-slash-reality star Aubrey...
Yeah, so what's that? Why do you even mention Trump? I don't think Trump has anything to do with this. Miss Mojo, I'm disappointed. It's like he wanted to compare Trump and Diddy. What's up with that? Don't do that. If Trump had nothing to do with it, don't put him in the fucking video. Other than like, hey, Diddy was hanging out with Trump. But everybody was hanging out with Trump.
Aubrey O'Day is one of them. Once mentored by Combs, O'Day later appeared on the 5th season of The Celebrity Apprentice.
I am a very strict and focused businesswoman because working for Diddy for 6 years trained me to have to be perfect.
Working for Diddy.
Absolutely.
I love Diddy.
When O'Day brought up her association with Diddy, Trump was quick to shower him with praise.
Okay.
O'Day tiptoed around her former boss, unwilling to say if he was a, quote, good guy, as Trump described him.
I don't want to answer that
Oh,
question.
wow. I think he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him.
During a 2019 interview with Variety, O'Day went into greater detail, discussing her time.
I'm sorry, Miss Mojo. I take back what I said. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't think Trump had anything to do with Diddy. I don't think that he... Did he warn us? Did he warn us about Diddy? Then he doesn't belong in this video.
On the Diddy-produced Making the Band, O'Day said, quote, we were scared to death with what would happen with Puff each day. I experienced everything from race remarks to sexism, and a lot of it was scary.
Listening to Gene Deal, his bodyguard.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he had a really astonishing quote.
You should hear the one he's not saying. It's even crazier.
Right. So he's got stuff in the tuck that he hasn't put out there?
Everybody does.
Wendy Williams.
I had broken up with somebody.
Who?
I don't want to say.
Do we know the person?
Maybe.
Okay.
After being fired from Hot 97 in 1998, Wendy Williams accused Combs of playing a role. In 2004, Williams wrote that she would, quote, never forget the hell Combs put her through. Even so, Williams said that she didn't hate Combs. On a 2015 episode of her show, Williams commented on the allegations that Casey Ventura was hiding from Combs.
This is a beautiful dress, by the way, that she has on. And Puffy, you look great for all the hard partying.
Williams painted Combs as a, quote, mogul you can't escape. The same year, Williams asked Jennifer Lopez if she would ever get back together with Combs. Lopez's mother, Guadalupe Rodriguez, basically answered for her daughter with a look that said everything. Although they reconciled in 2017, viewers have been waiting on pins and needles to hear Williams' thoughts about Combs in the wake of his arrest.
I don't think anybody's going to talk. I don't think anybody's going to talk because I think there's some strings being pulled from behind the scenes that all of these people are involved in because they're in Hollywood. They don't want to lose their spot. They don't want to lose their job. They don't want to be blacklisted. Fucking evil, disgusting people. Anybody who's involved with Diddy and hasn't said anything, they deserve the fire.
You are exhausting me. Let me tell you something. This week has been hella exhausting.
50 Cent. Curtis James Jackson III, aka 50 Cent, is another big name who's had a long-standing feud with Combs. It all started with 50 Cent's 2006 diss track, The Bomb, which alleged that Combs was connected to the murder of Biggie Smalls.
She scared them boys from the west side to break them off.
There's still little concrete evidence backing up that conspiracy theory. In October 2023, though, 50 Cent elaborated on his beef with Diddy, describing his parties as, quote, uncomfortable.
That's not really beef, though. That's just competitive energy.
Competitiveness.
All right, so you and Diddy, you and Puff cool?
No, I don't really rock with him.
Okay.
During his final lap tour, 50 Cent said Diddy would, quote, hug you from the front and the back at the same time. 50 Cent has been even more vocal about Combs following the raid on his homes. It's also been reported that 50 Cent sold a docuseries to Netflix entitled Diddy Do It?
Oh, I guess this means I won't be invited to the white parties in the Hamptons.
Tupac Shakur. Speaking of conspiracies, 50 Cent has also claimed that Combs got Tupac killed. Again, there isn't much backing this up, although Tupac was also skeptical of Combs.
If these
I don't know,
rumors
man.
or allegations are true, it would make sense he would be able to get.
I don't know, man. If you do a little bit of digging,
If these rumors or allegations are true, it would make sense he would be able to get away from it, or get away with it for so long because people would be afraid.
Speaking with Vibe magazine in 1995, Shakur was asked if he thought Combs was connected to his shooting the previous year. Shakur did not hold back, saying, quote, I believe so, adding that, quote, it's between me and him, and only he knows.
I have proved things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about.
About a year later, Shakur was involved in another shooting, this one proving fatal. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, who was arrested for Tupac's murder in 2023, once said that Combs offered $1 million to carry out Shakur's assassination.
I think that was a bad move, dude. You know what I'm saying? To me. Yeah, but show some love, brother love.
Whether or not Combs was involved, Shakur's words paint the portrait of a violent man. Rodney Lil Rod Jones. While Combs has faced numerous accusations throughout the years, Rodney Lil Rod Jones was among the first to take serious legal action, contributing to the mogul's current circumstances. Jones was a producer on Combs's The Love album Off the Grid. According to Jones, though, he, quote, endured many things that went far beyond his role as a producer.
Claims made by Jones include hidden cameras in the rap mogul's home, saying, quote, Mr. Combs allegedly threatened to eat Mr. Jones's face in order to get what he wants.
Jones alleged that Combs repeatedly groped him and made him participate in unwanted sexual activities. This included having to work in the bathroom as Combs showered. What's more, Jones claimed that he woke up naked in bed with Combs and 2 sex workers after being drugged. His lawsuit also implicates Combs' son Justin and Chief of Staff Christina Coram, the latter.
I didn't even think about Diddy's siblings. Does he have any brothers or sisters?
Of whom was accused of grooming.
Basically calls her the Ghislaine Maxwell to Sean Combs's Jeffrey Epstein.
Before we continue, be sure to
Didn't it used to be Kim Kardashian? Wasn't Kim Kardashian his assistant? What does she got to say about all this?
subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Cassie Ventura, this model turned singer, was in a relationship with Combs from 2007 to 2018. There had been signs of trouble in paradise.
Their relationship was volatile for sure. And he, like, you could tell that she was afraid of him.
In 2015, Ventura shared an image of a sleeping baby, posting, quote, "How I sleep, knowing that I'm single and nobody cheating on me." The next year, it was reported that the two were seen arguing in Beverly Hills.
They went into the bedroom and shut the door, and all I could hear is screaming and yelling, and whatever was going on in there, I don't know.
5 years after their final breakup, Ventura filed a lawsuit against Combs, accusing him of domestic violence, sexual abuse, and sex trafficking.
What a
Although
bitch.
Combs denied these claims, the lawsuit would be settled out.
Diddy, if you ever get out, and if you ever see this, doubt it. You're a fucking bitch. Come after me.
Out of court. This wasn't the end, as footage from 2016 surfaced.
It appears to corroborate Cassie's claims identically. Really, Jake, the lawsuit lines up with exactly what we are seeing.
Combs issued an apology, while many have supported Ventura for marking the beginning of his downfall. What other celebrity accounts have you?
I'm sorry I beat my wife, everybody. Please forgive me. Go fuck yourself. I think that was where the actual downfall started.
Looking at Diddy differently? Let us know in the comments.
I have my own opinion, but I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine.
I don't think that would count as slander. Man, It's so rough, this whole Diddy situation. Oh, let's watch another Diddy video. I got like 2 more. This one's from Charlie. P. Diddy and celebrities. We might see some of the same stuff.
All of you probably know by now, they finally caught the dastardly diddler. P. Diddy has been arrested, and I imagine that scene looks straight out of Batman Arkham Asylum when they have like Joker strapped to that thing walking him through the insane asylum. This guy is a menace that terrorized the entire music industry for decades. I've gone over his lore a lot, so I'm not just going to regurgitate all of that. There's a lot of new things I want to talk about that's been happening.
New things is what I want to see.
Him being arrested. The first thing that happened almost immediately is they put him under suicide watch. It was like a speed run to get him there. I don't know if that's standard protocol or if they found something that made them believe he might hurt himself, like he was smuggling razor.
Yeah, they found something. They found his whole past and all of the people that he's connected to. That's what they found. And that's why he's on suicide watch. Because they're gonna kill him. They're gonna kill him. They're gonna keep the list and they're gonna dangle it over everyone's heads that was involved. And hey, you should do this thing that we want. We got the list here. We got the list. You're on it. Vote accordingly.
Blades in his butthole, or maybe they were worried that without baby oil he'd just take his own life because he doesn't know how to live without baby oil. I really couldn't tell you. Maybe this is just textbook procedure. That's what they're saying it is, calling it procedural suicide watch for high-profile clients, but I've only seen this once before in a case like this, and it was Epstein. And in his case, it was more like suicide don't watch, because it didn't really do much. Very suspicious, but we're not here to talk about that. Point is, though, this happened immediately upon him being taken into custody for the most part.
Bro, you
within a couple.
He needs to fix his microphone. Every time he touches the table, it goes, "Bing."
Couple of days. And since his arrest, tons of clips and videos and information about who associated with P. Diddy has been coming out. And it's a lot of big celebrities. P. Diddy was a very well-connected person. There were huge names at his freak-off events. There's a lot of people that absolutely knew what P. Diddy was doing. And there's going to most likely be a lot of big celebrities that get implicated in some heinous shit in their connection with Diddy. One person right now that a lot of people are having their eyes on is Usher. I mentioned Usher as well when talking about P. Diddy being...
Is there something about T.I. and Diddy? Nobody talking about T.I.? I thought T.I. and Diddy had a thing. Somebody drop me some info in the comments about that.
Being arrested, and it's because Usher has gone on record talking about his time at Puffy Flavor Camp, which again, I think is the most on-the-nose shit ever. Like, that just sounds like an evil diddler organization. Puffy fucking Flavor Camp. So anyway, when Usher was a kid in the 90s, he lived with P. Diddy for a year at this Puffy Flavor Camp, and he went on Howard Stern's show and talked a little bit about his experience, kind of vaguely, but mentioned multiple times that there were things going on that he just couldn't understand, and probably shouldn't have been experiencing. When asked if he would send his kid to a Puffy Flavor Camp, he said, hell no. This is someone who lived through the evilness of P. Diddy and did nothing to prevent it from happening to others, like Justin Bieber. Another...
Well, really, what was he gonna do? Like, when you got something high profile like that everybody is involved in the Hollywood industry, like, you try and do anything, you try and say anything, there goes everything. But if I was in that position, I'd lose it all. Because guess what? You might lose it all at first, but you end up being the hero of the day eventually, and then you'll be loved forever. You'll be a legend. But they just care about that immediate money flow. It's fucking evil. Every single one of them.
Puffy Flavor Camp veteran. A lot of Bieber clips have surfaced from when he was a kid in Hollywood, and it is fucking foul. Not just in relation to P. Diddy, but in general, the way Hollywood, like, openly sexualized him.
I hope Justin Bieber comes out and annihilates everybody and just becomes the #1 celebrity of all time. I would love that, actually. I would love that so much. I'm not even really a fan of Justin Bieber, but I've got no reason to dislike him so far, unless he was involved in the Diddy stuff.
As a kid is absurd. Like, that shit is crazy. Anyway, though, back to Usher. He's never spoken out against Diddy or anything, whether that's out of fear or maybe he really thinks that what happened to him is just the norm in Hollywood, because P. Diddy was so connected and so many artists went through him and were put through horrible shit with P. Diddy because they were convinced that they had to go through that in order to be successful in the industry, because P. Diddy told them that, and people told them that. P. Diddy would be like the kingmaker, so you'd have to be, be fucking waterboarded by baby oil and all kinds of like depraved shit for P. Diddy in order to be successful. Otherwise, he might ruin your career before it even starts. He was the boogeyman of the industry. So whether Usher is afraid of what P. Diddy might have on him, or if he doesn't view what happened to him as like a bad thing, I have no way of knowing why, but he's never spoken out against Diddy, which has made a lot of people really suspicious of Usher. And then yesterday, he deleted all of his tweets.
I thought he was talking about Justin Bieber not speaking out. Yeah, Usher not speaking out, that's fishy. That's real fishy. That's some evil shit. Usher needs to be saying something at least. Come out and say he didn't do anything. That'd be better than saying nothing at all, because if you say nothing at all trying to stay out of it, then everybody knows. Everybody knows.
He then put out a quick statement saying, "Account got hacked and damn y'all ran with it. Crying emoji, crying emoji, crying emoji. See you tonight." I mean, I don't think there's anyone on the planet that believes that.
I do.
You'd have to...
Wait, no. I do. I think he did get hacked, but I think he knew it was happening. Because I think that these celebrities don't actually own their accounts online. I think they're run by organizations. And they have the passwords. They probably did it for him so he could say, "Hey, I got hacked. I don't know what happened."
Get up pretty early in the morning to try and pull this fast one on someone. Like, who in the world would take that hook, line, and sinker? You're telling me a hacker went on your Twitter and the only thing they did was secretly delete all of your tweets? Who was the hacker? Your PR manager? What?
Yes.
Usually when an account gets hacked on Twitter, two things happen. Either it starts spamming slurs and like unhinged tweets, or it starts promoting crypto scams. Why would someone...
Or it just straight up shuts your account down, and obviously the account didn't get shut down. They deleted everything.
Someone hack him just to scrub his Twitter from potentially damaging tweets that might be used as evidence potentially. Like, the timing of that
Hollywood
makes
hacked his Twitter.
No sense. That must be like the most helpful hacker of all time. Who hacked this guy? Captain America trying to protect him or something? Like, what? I can confidently say that's a load of baloney right there. That is some dirty barnacles. Usher did not get hacked. But maybe there's a chance he himself didn't go through and delete them. He might have had one of his managers do it. Like, that's possible.
I don't think he had anybody do it. I just think it's protocol.
I guess, but either way, it doesn't matter. It was a conscious decision to go through and scrub his Twitter. It had to be. That's the only thing that makes sense. Diddy gets arrested, and then a few days later, his whole Twitter account is scrubbed, and he had a very close relationship with Diddy? I mean, that's super suspicious. And then to try and claim that it was a hacker who did it secretly? Like, what? It just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. Now, there was another celebrity who also scrubbed her Twitter, and it's Pink. I saw her name floating around in regards to, like, scrubbed Twitters as well, where people were claiming Pink had just scrubbed all of her tweets as well because of Diddy's arrest. So I looked into that because I'd never heard about Pink and Diddy being close or anything, but I also wasn't the most tapped into Hollywood and the music industry connections. And what I learned is that Pink didn't just scrub her Twitter in light of Diddy's arrest. She actually deleted all of her tweets back in February. So 7 months ago she did that as a way of just stepping away from social media because she said she didn't enjoy it. So it doesn't sound like it has anything to do with Diddy. And from everything I've looked at, she's never like been publicly around Diddy. Like, it doesn't seem like they're friends or anything. I can't find anything of her talking positively about it or attending one of his freak off events or anything. You know,
I don't think she
see
was
any connection like that. So I don't think she deleted her tweets because of P. Diddy. I do believe.
No, I think she's evil for other reasons. Probably for doing things that other people were doing with Diddy and at his parties and stuff. But she's part of a different circle. I'm not saying that verbatim. It's just like that's a thing in Hollywood. These people do these evil acts, and it's all disgusting.
I believe Usher did, though. I don't think it's some kind of coincidence that his Twitter account gets mysteriously hacked and he has all of his tweets deleted after P. Diddy's arrest and after the public becomes really well aware of how many people P. Diddy was close with. That just, something smells a little fishy there. So, I think this is just the beginning of...
I like to say this a lot. When something's starting to smell like shit, there's probably shit.
Celebrities and P. Diddy, like, putting the spotlight on the awful shit that they were all privy to. Like I said, P. Diddy is a very well-connected person for decades. Apparently, he was also a big enthusiast of filming some things at these events and would use some of it as, like, dirt on people that attended them. And
That's
that'd be
disgusting.
another way he'd use to keep people's mouths shut about some of the stuff that would happen there. But I do think that the tapes will probably get confiscated at some point, and I think that information will probably lead to a lot of celebrities getting into some big hot water. Now, there is a celebrity that I haven't mentioned yet that has been in the spotlight a little bit as a result of P. Diddy being arrested, and it's Kevin Hart. So, Kevin Hart is in a P. Diddy video. At one of the Freak Off events,
Okay.
Kevin Hart is there. And people are claiming that after P. Diddy got arrested, Kevin Hart closed all of his restaurants. Kevin Hart has a fast food chain called Hart House, and they are claiming that he shut down all of those restaurants as a result of P. Diddy being arrested, trying to, like, get ahead of it. But from what I can see, he actually closed down those restaurants a week before P. Diddy got arrested, so that might not be the reason
Vegan
for
restaurant.
It, but it also
It's
could
probably
be,
why
because
I
I think
shut him
everyone
down.
knew this day was coming with P. Diddy getting arrested, because so much evidence has been coming to light so quickly. So there is still that chance, but I do think it's more likely Kevin Hart shut them down for other reasons outside of that, and that Kevin Hart is probably still guilty of some horrible shit at these P. Diddy events, but I don't know if that was the reason behind closing down the restaurants. Again, though, I do think there's going to be a lot of information that comes out about a lot of celebrities as a result of P. Diddy's arrest. So, just wanted to give a little update here because there's a lot happening quickly when it comes to P. Diddy and this arrest. So, that's about it. See ya.
Well, isn't that just great? People probably weren't involved, but probably were. Who knows, man? Who knows? I just want to hear Justin Bieber. He's got to say something. If he don't, then he's implicated too. Ooh, here's a good one. Going back to 50 Cent. 50 Cent exposes the real reason he believes Diddy may have been indicted.
I started saying shit like, 1738, I bet they had slaves.
What's up? This is Big Wave, a patiently aggressive podcast, maintaining the balance. Now we're back with another
Never seen
one.
this guy.
I want to talk
Who's
about,
this?
I know you see what's going on with Diddy. Has been indicted. A lot going on with that case, and a lot of people got their opinions on there. But we.
Oh wow, 8 views. Patiently aggressive. I'll check it out.
Video, so it's kind of crazy to, have any kind of positive opinion. But my thought is, why is this all coming out now? Like, they had this video for years, and I guess Diddy been doing this for years. But so why is it all coming out now? 50 Cent exposes the reason why he believed Diddy has been indicted now. And the interesting thing about this, 50 Cent said this a month ago before Puffy was indicted. So that's what I found interesting also. Take a listen to the interview, and you can check out Earn Your Leisure podcast for the full interview. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Big Wave. I'm out.
You have the experience with major corporations, like my particular experience with Beam Centauri. It was great in the beginning. It's great for us to work for them. It is not so cool when you start to own things. You see what I'm saying? So I made a lot of money with them too. Like, there's a point, they did a deal that mirrored what Puffy's deal with Diageo was for Ciroc. So he didn't have ownership of that at any point, but he was getting a lot of money, like almost like $60 million a year at one point. So when you see him go to De Leon is when you see him have some issues. And they not. It gets bad. You know, and these people have really strong relationships. Don't think that the civil case doesn't turn into a criminal case faster because he's making them uncomfortable. That's a big part of it.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, you look, when you go to the spirits business, it's not governed. They got a discus board that they created, right? If you got two companies that are $3 billion a year.
So celebrities in Hollywood, they've got a real sticky situation on their hands because the Epstein thing happened. Now they can't Epstein people anymore because then everybody's going to know what happened. People are going to dig, and I think there's too much that's on the surface in this one. Because Epstein, it was buried. It was buried because it was involving politicians that nobody really knew about and celebrities that nobody cared about. But this one involves a lot of celebrities, and it was out on there's a bunch of stuff on the surface. And if you dig a little bit, you can find some stuff easily, because Diddy was not good at covering his tracks. Because if everybody's involved in it and everybody knows, then why would you need to cover up your tracks? Because nothing's going to happen. Man, absolutely disgusting. Cuba Gooding Jr. reacts to getting dragged in a Diddy scandal. Dude from Snow Dogs, if you don't know who this guy is.
From Boys in the Hood to his
Boys in the
Oscar-winning
Hood.
role in Jerry Maguire, show me the money. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s Hollywood career
Radio.
seemed unstoppable, but a number of scandals over the last few years derailed his once promising career. Now, he's ready to make a comeback.
What do you make of these new allegations, Cuba?
God's will be done. Lawsuits, accusations from multiple women, and in 2022, he pled guilty to forcibly touching a waitress in a nightclub. You've experienced some very dark times these past few years. So, but Cuba, how's your faith? How has it helped you through those dark times?
It's one of those things where I know that I'm here for a reason. And I know that as long as I do what I do, and I'm good at what I do, and I'm passionate about what I do, God's will be done.
Still reeling from those dark days of scandal, his once squeaky clean image stained forever. People love you. You know, people do. You seem like you're on top of the world. You're jovial. How did you find yourself in a scenario where dozens of women?
Come on, man. Say some stuff about Diddy. Redeem yourself. If he comes out and says everything that he knows about Diddy, I will forgive this guy, and I'll start watching Snow Dogs again. I used to watch it like every winter, multiple times when I was a kid.
We're accusing you of sexual assault, pleading guilty to forcible touching, and settling lawsuits.
People feel that I'm accessible to them, so I come in contact with all kinds of people, from people who adore you, or people who are offended by you, people who feel you're aggressive.
Damn right, I love how all the shit people have been talking about for years is coming to light. Yeah, true, man, true. It is absolutely insane.
And you have to learn that as you walk on this path, you must stay neutral. When people interpret what's going on with you or what you're being exposed to, you have to make sure that you know your intention, and you have to be accountable for your own actions. And I have been.
Back in March, Cuba was embroiled in another scandal. He was named as a co-defendant, accused of sexual assault in one of the many lawsuits against Diddy. Cuba has vehemently denied the allegations. Well, how do you fully escape it, though? Like, your name, for example, was mentioned in the Diddy case.
Which was the most ridiculous thing ever.
Because you barely know
This is
him,
the
right?
most ridiculous thing ever. But
Is
again, welcome to being a celebrity. Welcome to my world.
Cuba's faith is what has seen him
I don't know.
through, and may have
I don't like the way his face looked, and I don't like the way he said that. I think he knows some things.
others seeing him in a new light.
We'll walk straight out of here. Pretend to be the media.
Now in the wake of the headlines, the Oscar winner is focusing on his latest film, in theaters tomorrow, The Firing Squad.
Never heard of it.
A faith-based redemption story starring newcomer James Barrington and Kevin Sorbo.
It's the true story.
I have
of these
heard of it.
Americans who go to Indonesia and get caught up in drugs or whatever, and they get put in an Indonesian prison and sentenced to death. you literally see the journey that these young Americans go through, and I kind of walked them through their journey.
I found Christ in here, and he forgave me.
I found Christ too.
I mean, let's be frank, of people who watch this interview, you know, there are going to be some people who say that's another celebrity who is using faith to make a comeback from experiencing a scandal.
You can't please everybody
disagree.
all the time, but the people that are there...
I think using faith for your comeback is exactly what you should be doing. Cuba, the only good guy... Oh, well, I said good. Cuba, the only guy to go full retard and pull it off. Yeah. I was about to say, I need glasses, man. I was about to say, Cuba is not a good guy, but that is not what you said. I need to pull that monitor closer.
To celebrate your artistry, that's my job, and that's my only mission in life.
This lady, Jaguar Wright, she knows some stuff, man. And she's been leaking it for years and years and years. And people have been calling bullshit on her. Turns out, everything that she's been saying is true.
The drama surrounding Diddy is just getting started, and it's shaping up to be one of the biggest entertainment scandals of the decade. 50 Cent, Katt Williams, and Jaguar Wright have all been sounding the alarm for years about what's really going on behind the scenes in Hollywood. And now that Diddy has been arrested, the floodgates are bursting wide open. If you thought things were wild before, buckle up, because this scandal is about to get a whole lot crazier. Reports are swirling that Katt and Jaguar are about to sit down for a bombshell interview. And they're not just coming for Diddy, they're coming for the entire industry. For years, Katt and Jaguar have been seen as outliers,
How old's this
making
video?
wild
There
accusations
you go.
about some of the most powerful figures
I'm going to have to react to that when that comes out, because man, that's going to be explosive. Everybody's going to be talking about that.
in music and entertainment. But with Diddy's recent arrest, it looks like they've been vindicated. According to insiders, this is only the beginning. Katt Williams and Jaguar Wright have been sitting on some major tea, not just about Diddy, but also about other.
Orlando Brown said that Katt Williams was involved in all of this, and I think that's bullshit. I don't think he actually was. He might have been at the beginning, and then was like, whoa, man, I need to get out of this.
Other major players like Jay-Z, Will, and Jada Smith, and countless more industry elites who've allegedly been getting away with shocking behavior for years.
To list them off. All the people that are involved with Jay-Z. Beyonce. Beyonce is straight up married to Jay-Z. Will Smith. Everybody who's involved with Will Smith. I guess that means that Chris Rock ain't involved.
And if you know anything about Katt and Jaguar, you know they don't sugarcoat anything. They've never been afraid to name names and spill the details that no one else dares to talk about. Now, the world is listening. There's a lot of buzz about what this upcoming interview between Katt Williams and Jaguar Wright could reveal. Fans are wondering, who's going to be exposed next? Could Jay-Z's name be dragged into this mess? If Katt and Jaguar are sitting on more industry secrets, we could see some of the biggest names in entertainment facing serious consequences. Let's break down why this is such a big deal. Katt Williams has been speaking out for years about the dark underbelly of Hollywood.
You're in the industry.
Whole industries can be built upon your ability to know how certain things are going to hit certain people. And this was before we called things promotion and marketing. Hollywood is not really there to entertain you. Like, that's great that happens. But propaganda is something that is important to all civilization. Everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not.
That is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully.
True.
That's how you understand what a ritual is. So 20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was going to be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood
The
that
pattern.
things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender. And
Whole lot of Baphomet everywhere. Whole lot of Baphomet. Chris Rock is on the flight logs. Oh no. Oh no, I didn't know about that. Oh, don't tell me that, man. I like Chris Rock. Fuck. I'm still gonna like him because I don't know anything else about it. I mean, Patrick Swayze and Wesley Snipes did it in what, the 80s or 90s? I can't remember when that movie came out that they were in. I don't know nothing about that.
so I knew that in the ritual of Baphomet, the transgender, to show allegiance to him, you had to kiss his ass ring.
Really?
And it said both of those things. So I knew that both of those things would become popular in the future.
He's mentioned rituals, manipulations, and the
Ass ring.
exploitation of young people by some very powerful figures. You might remember when Katt stirred up major controversy during his interview on Shannon Sharp's Asterisk Club, Shay Shay
What the hell
Asterisk
is that?
podcast earlier this year. During that interview, he dropped some cryptic hints about Diddy making him shady offers.
That's not what we're talking about. There are gay people, but what we're talking about here is ritualistic sexual deviancy
True.
used to harness energy of a human being.
True.
Ritualized,
Okay, who is
thought
this?
out, planned specifically to rip the person down and hide behind their energy. But what if we're talking about a religion that hides behind the energy of the most innocent on this planet who are lit up energetically because it hasn't been broken?
That he had to turn down. Katt called it shopping, a code word in Hollywood circles for questionable propositions. While some people turned the story into a joke,
Over here, we know Bieber was famous as a teenager and all of that. How do you think he got that way? Because they harnessed his energy and presented him while him, the self, is broken. He is broken and a shell of himself because he has lost his sense of self. They stole that. That is what they wear.
But just when we thought things couldn't get any wilder,
those familiar with the inner workings of the industry knew that Katt was talking about something much darker.
Whoa,
But this
whoa,
isn't
whoa.
just about Diddy making shady
Did you see
offers.
that? Did you see that? Let me go back just a little bit. Let me go back.
just when we thought things couldn't get any wilder,
Those familiar with the inner workings of the industry knew that Katt was talking about
You see this? Watch really, really, really closely to Diddy.
something much darker. Familiar with the inner workings of the industry knew that
Does
Katt
he
was
look like he's
talking about
trembling?
something much darker.
He looked like he was trembling. Let's
Those
get that back
familiar with
again.
the inner workings of the industry knew that Katt was talking about something much darker.
Yeah, he straight up, he looked like he was trembling. It was called To Wong Fu. Oh, I know what that is. Thanks for everything. Julie Newmer, actually 95. Actually, I was way off.
But this isn't just about Diddy
Oh, that's who that lady was. Okay, I see what you're saying now.
making shady offers to grown men. It gets worse when you consider the allegations that these offers sometimes targeted vulnerable young people in the industry. During another interview with Joe Rogan, Katt went even deeper, talking about secret rituals and sinister practices that are rumored to be rampant in Hollywood. While that interview didn't go viral like his Asterisk Club Shay Shay Asterisk appearance, Katt laid out some chilling details, connecting dots that many of us missed. He wasn't throwing out wild accusations just for attention. He was trying to sound the alarm about what's really happening behind closed doors in Hollywood. And here's the thing.
I'm trying to sound the alarm. I'm dropping hints. Here's a little hint there. Here's a little bit a hint here. Bro, stop trying to protect your money. Just come out and fucking say it.
Katt Williams has been in the industry long enough to know how it operates. For years, he's been warning us about these hidden rituals and manipulations. And now, with Diddy facing legal troubles,
right now is Sean Combs.
Okay. Tell us why. Tell us why.
Because he's a sex trafficker.
No, he's
And
not.
he's using music and entertainment.
He's not a sex trafficker. He is a human trafficker. which is way worse. Sex trafficking can be like prostitution, and that's not what he was doing. There was prostitution, but he was doing way more than that. He was trading souls.
To say
Now, is this just boys, girls, adults, kids? Like,
I mean, from what I've heard,
All of it.
from sources that I would consider
Mostly
reliable,
boys.
it really doesn't matter.
wow.
True.
I don't think sexuality is something that has anything to do with gender at this point.
True.
For Sean, I honestly think
Most people.
he's just an extreme narcissist who loves power.
I think that's just most people. Look up the necklace that he wore during the Joe Rogan interview and Club Shay Shay interview and what that symbol is. What is that? The fake woke one? Is that what you're talking about? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Katt Williams' necklace has TikTok users mystified. Here's what it says. Comedian actor Katt Williams made headlines January 24 with a nearly 3-hour interview on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast, in which the comedian made bold claims about Cedric or Kedrick, I think it's Cedric, the entertainer, Ludacris, and Kevin Hart. Ludacris. I didn't even think about Ludacris. Yeah, he's definitely involved, like, deep into Hollywood. And Kevin Hart, among other celebrities, but some viewers were distracted by the necklace hanging from Katt's neck. I know y'all thought I was going to do a review of the interview with Shannon Sharp and Katt Williams. I'm not. TikTok user Udramov Katie, I don't know. You dream of Udramov said in one video, I'm just trying to figure out what this chain, what does that say? I want to know what it says. Frank the Barber said in a comment. I don't care about any of this. Just tell me what it says, damn it. I hate articles. It should have been, the article should have been like 3 sentences. Katt Williams went on show, was wearing a necklace. It was weird. Here's what it says. Woke folk versus sleep. Cheap emoji. What? Though woke is one of those polarizing words of our modern era, it's a badge of pride to some. Yeah, evil people. A pejorative to others. It seems Katt is aligning with the woke folks. It means, you know, that we're basically woke right here through all the bullshit that they are trying to play in our faces with. Katt may have gotten the necklace around the time of that Instagram upload of his because jewelry company Icebox posted a close-up of the same woke folk pendant 3 days prior, saying in the caption that the comedian owned it. But does he know folk is spelled not that way? Of course he does. It's the street version. Icebox is also selling the same design on a bracelet and a ring at the same time, judging by that Instagram post, blah, 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 blah. Icebox's close-up also affords us a better view of the design. The woke folk are set atop a compass, which is set atop a ship's wheel. Don't know what that means still. The words are a distraction. Okay?
He loves the ability to manipulate and control people. Why? Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor, who loved to control people.
And his mentor was
Andre Harrell.
Tell us how
who
was
mentored by. What I do know is that Andre got passed over. Like, how do you go from being the president of Uptown and losing
Andre
your
3000
entire company to your intern? Like, Puff started out as an intern.
It seems like his warnings are finally being taken seriously. People who once dismissed him as crazy are now starting to realize that
Andre 3000 had a kids show.
maybe, just maybe, Katt was telling the truth all along. But Katt isn't the only one who's been trying to expose the entertainment industry's dark side. Jaguar Wright.
Whoever's not talking about this situation, 100% involved. I don't even know why people like these people. Like, what is so likable about these celebrities? I fucking hate all of them. Even the ones that are currently good in this situation, like Justin Bieber, I don't know. But I don't like Justin Bieber. Don't like Katt Williams. I like 50 Cent, kinda. Just probably because I grew up with his music.
Wright has been one of the loudest voices speaking out against Diddy and other big names in the industry. She's been telling anyone who would listen that Diddy's not the only one involved in some seriously shady behavior, and now it looks like she's finally being vindicated. Jaguar has been calling out major players like Jay-Z, Will, and Jada Smith, and others for years. And now that Diddy's arrest has rocked the industry, people are starting to take her claims much more seriously. One of the most explosive accusations Jaguar has made is about Diddy's mentor, Andre Harrell. According to Jaguar, Diddy learned everything
That's
from
who
Harold,
they're talking about.
including how
Not
to
Andre
manipulate
3000.
and control people
Although Andre 3000 is involved in all of this too. He's just as involved as Kevin Hart is.
using his power and influence. Jaguar has repeatedly said that the entertainment industry is full of exploitation, and Diddy's just the tip of the iceberg. With Diddy now facing serious charges, it's hard not to wonder if she was right all along. Could Jay-Z and other powerful figures be next in line to face the consequences? And let's not forget about the resurfaced clip of Diddy's appearance on Nickelodeon's All That Asterisk. The scene, which features Diddy making some questionable suggestions to young actors, is now being viewed in a very different light.
I made a video on this not too long ago. This is even crazier situation with all that stuff now because all this stuff's come out about Diddy.
People are rewatching it and noticing just how strange it was that Dan Schneider, who already has a controversial reputation, personally invited Diddy to be on the show. As more and more disturbing details about Diddy's past come to light, it's becoming clear that the connections run deeper than we realized. 2024 is shaping up to be a year of major revelations in the entertainment industry.
What about Woody? What's his name? He plays Woody in Toys R Us. I'm gonna have to look it up. Damn it, Toys R Us. Why did I say Toys R Us? I don't know the celebrity bullshit, man. Okay, fucking Toys movie. What was the Toys movie? Toy Story. There we go. Tom Hanks. Pretty sure he moved to Greece to get away from all of this stuff. Fucking pedos.
Between Katt Williams, Jaguar Wright, and other insiders finally being heard, it feels like we're on the verge of a massive reckoning. Hollywood's dirty laundry is being aired out for the world to see, and this could just be the beginning. If Diddy's arrest is any indication, there could be more major players who will be exposed in the coming months. The question is, who's next? Jaguar Wright has long been dismissed as a conspiracy theorist, but with Diddy's legal troubles, she's looking more like a prophet. She's been right about Diddy, and now people are starting to wonder if she's been right about others too. Could Jay-Z and other entertainment elites be facing similar consequences soon? It seems like nothing is off the table anymore. When Diddy was arrested, Jaguar got emotional during a recent interview. For years, she's been painted as crazy and bitter, and now, seeing Diddy face the consequences of his actions must feel like a major victory. All Jaguar wants now is to see Diddy do the perp walk.
This situation is why you always speak your mind, never cover shit up. Tell the truth, man. Even if everything's against you, because eventually their empire will fucking crumble and you'll be the hero. It just takes time.
To be publicly humiliated the way she's been warning us he should be. After years of ridicule, she's finally getting her moment of validation. The upcoming interview between Katt Williams and Jaguar Wright is going to be nothing short of explosive. These two have seen the worst that the entertainment industry has to offer, and they're ready to expose it all. If Diddy's downfall proves they were right about the dark side of Hollywood, we could be in for even more shocking revelations. This scandal is far from
Hey. Go back to that symbol. So looks like it's got the cross in the middle. What's with it's got the cross in the back. And it's got this dash and this dash. What's that about? It's like a right angle? I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch a breakdown of this. Because there's a lot of imagery, and it's like a compass, and it's also a ship wheel. And what is that inside of it? Is that like the when you gamble?
revelations. This scandal is far from over, and the next few months could see even more powerful figures facing serious allegations. So, what do you all think? Do you believe that Katt Williams and Jaguar Wright have been warning us about these dark secrets for years? And how deep do you think this scandal will go? Let us know your thoughts.
I think one or two people maybe will go down with Diddy, and everybody else, they're just gonna dangle that list. They're just gonna dangle it above their heads and be like, vote accordingly. That's what's gonna happen.